Here's Don Lemon on CNN with Rand Paul. Listen to this.
Immediately after he failed to get unanimous consent to tack on a balanced budget amendment to the Reid bill, he says he would have voted to raise the debt ceiling if that amendment was included. Paul is a Tea Party favorite, as we know, and he's rejected not just Harry Reid's plan in the Senate, but also Speaker Boehner's plan from the House. And there you see him right there. He's joining us now from the Senate office building. Thank you so much. I know that you're very busy. You guys have a lot going on. At this point, though, and can we do this? Let's do this interview without talking points, okay?
Stop.
How do you think the interview's going to go when it's set up like that? And can we do this? Can we? Let's not do the talking points.
Now, I've said that.
Rand?
I've said that to Republicans. So I can understand. But if you understand how he set this whole thing up,
he's
setting him up to be a monster.
And not to mention, if you're going to talk about talking points from a Republican, Rand Paul is not the guy delivering them. I mean, the guy will say whatever. He doesn't care. He'll say anything.
No.
He'll say exactly what he believes.
There's still the evil Republican Tea Party, except the Tea Party is fighting against the Republicans, and they're talking about that too. So they don't even make sense. The conversation on television doesn't even make sense anymore.
Talk to each other. Both Democrats and Republicans are pointing fingers at you. So I guess maybe the best question to start with is, what will make you and the Tea Party happy at this point?
Well, the interesting thing is, I mean, in your lead-in, you say that I rejected both plans. I've actually accepted both plans as long as they have an amendment to them that says that we gradually balance the budget over a 7 to 8 year period. I think that's a very reasonable position. It's supported by 75% of the American people. And what I
But
don't
how did you hang on? How did you vote on those plans?
Well, on the Reid plan, we haven't voted on it yet. On the cut, cap, and balance, which has had the most votes of any bill that's passed so far.
But on the Boehner plan, how did you vote?
On the one that's gotten the most votes out of the House, we had 234 votes, and we had Republicans and Democrats. I voted for that plan. On the Boehner plan, I voted no because it did not balance the budget before we raised the debt ceiling.
Do you notice that Lemon cuts him off and says, how did you vote on those plans? Well, there's three. There's three plans. One hasn't been voted for, one he did vote for, and one he voted against.
And he answered the question.
And he starts to answer the question, but he immediately, when Lemon's not getting, well, I was against all three of them. I voted against. When he starts on, well, first of all, there was the Reid plan. We haven't voted on that one. He lets it slide. Then there was this plan, and we voted. Yeah. But what about the Boehner plan? He knew that one had gone through that he voted against. He didn't care about the others. All he wants is, well, I voted against it because, the important part, it didn't have a balanced budget amendment. I'm willing to vote for any of them. You want to add more spending, you want to lift the debt ceiling, but put a balanced budget amendment. That's a compromise. He didn't want to hear that.
So many times up here, we haven't really abided by our own rules, and I don't really trust the institution to abide by its rules.
Stop. Is that not the way every American feels? Nobody trusts these guys. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat.
You get in the 80-90% range if you pulled that.
Yes.
Do you think that these guys even follow their own rules? Nobody believes it.
So he's saying he's listening to the American people. I don't trust these guys. I don't trust the guys on the right or the left. Isn't this what we want? Somebody who says, I'm not going to play the game for the Republicans, and I'm not going to play the game for the Democrats. I'm going to be independent, and I'm going to do what I believe is right for the nation.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the American people, and I'm sure you have to know this.
I love this. I love this setup.
I can't take
that. And I'm sure, as I condescend to your level, Rand, I'm sure you have to know this.
I mean, listen,
let me talk down to you a little bit longer.
Let me tell you something. As I ride the elevators of CNN here in New York,
we're
right off of Central Park,
about it. We're talking
right here at Central Park South.
Yeah.
We are
all of
so
us
in
are
touch,
sick and tired.
Oh, we are so in touch with the average person in America.
As I sit here in the most expensive real estate in the world,
I
can't help
and talk to the most liberal people people in the nation every day that I surround myself with.
That the American people are, for the most part, except for the extremes, except for the people who are really far left.
Stop. Except for those who we talk to at CNN every single day and then go home and surround ourselves with in our daily life every single day.
Really far right. Most people in the middle want some sort of compromise, and they feel that you guys should have gotten to that way before this point.
Yeah, I agree, but compromise means both sides give in.
Yes,
for example, our side, the Tea Party and the Conservatives, don't think we should be adding more debt. We don't believe in spending financed by debt, but we've been willing to give in and give. The president wants over $2 trillion in debt to be added, and he wants this to get through the election so he has time to fundraise and to campaign.
Now listen to this.
That's what our country needs, and I won't vote for a deal just because it's a deal. I want a solution for our country, and I think our country's more important than any deal or scheme that might be hatched.
Okay, listen, the Democrats have made many concessions when it comes to what's going on here, and even the Tea Party position, it appears to most people, remains rigid.
I love that. Okay, listen. The Democrats have made many concessions and compromises.
Tons.
And everybody knows that the Tea Party has remained rigid.
Can I tell you something?
They won't give a thing.
Here's what they've done. They have already compromised to $7 billion of cuts this year.
Yeah.
$7 billion.
You can't do any more than that.
You can't.
That's billion with a B.
Yeah, we need to raise the debt ceiling by $2 trillion, but $7 billion in cuts. Well, not cuts, just reductions in what we were going to spend. That's it. Just reduction in increases. Don't worry about it.
GBTV. The truth lives here.